So what's up, everybody? After months of not being on the water, we're finally back. Life took over. We had to deal with a bunch of permits, a bunch of work around the house. But hopefully now we're gonna get the channel back up and going. Right?
Trying to.
Yeah, we're trying. So today we made a short run out to Maxwell Point. So I always wanted to put something out, you know, and I know you guys have seen this a million times where it says, thanks for the invite, but it's boating season. We're not going to be able to attend, but Kim would never let me do it. So we got a short run today. This video is not going to be very long because we have an electrician coming tomorrow, so we can finally get one of our permits finalized and get that off the table. We got the shed done. Finally, a lot of work, but that one's done now. Above ground pool, and then that's it. So
think twice you ever tried to get it above ground pool.
Yeah. If you go to get an above ground pool, just do it above the books. Get a permit. I didn't realize you didn't need a permit. And then since we have such a bunch, you know, a lot of pretentious neighbors, they called on us. We got nailed. And now I've had to jump through hoops, but it's finally all coming to an end. I get an electrician there tomorrow. He'll run this thing called a bonding loop, which I'd never heard of before either.
How do we make it? How did we do it?
And I build for a living. That's the funny thing, right? Done a bunch of commercial pools, never seen anything like this before for an above ground pool.
Us kids in the 80s, I don't know how we did it.
I don't know. So get this done. Call for building inspection end of the week. That one's taken care of, and then we can finally be back to boating and making some videos, because we've got a list of videos we want to make for you guys, and hopefully we can get to them.
Gosh, it's been crazy. Well, it didn't even get warm. It was so cold here for a while.
It has been chilly.
Gosh,
water temperature's still like 83 degrees on the surface. Bottom's a little bit chillier.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So now we're just going to enjoy ourselves for a little while and then head back in, and I've got a trench to dig. About 200 feet of trench, 6 inches deep. Fun.
Yeah.